Hi, it's Ronnie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be joining Christy's Beautiful Life for her 30 days of sketches round 6, and Crystal and Maura are also doing it. And if you would like to do it on Instagram, it's hashtag 30DSCBL6. And I'm also doing Punched Out Thursday to Die For with Kathy, Krista, myself, and Dorothy. So we're using our punches and dies to create something today. And today I'm going to do this layout for the 30 days of sketches. I seen it and I thought, oh, I like that layout. And I have not done a layout in a long time that has a shaped photo. So I'm going to cut this one into a circle. And that's my brother and his wife. And so it's going to be like almost like a 4-inch diameter, but not quite because, you know, I, the the tool I have to use is just a little bit smaller. I'm using that green stack of paper that you see me kind of flip through, and it's recycled paper, and it's one-sided, and it's gorgeous texture on it. And then I'm also going to use this Cosmo Cricut paper, and the back side has circles on it. That's what I bought it for. But look at me, I'm using this side, and I've had it forever. I bought it when I didn't have punches or anything to do circles with, so my plan was to fussy cut them out. However, I didn't do it. And I was trying to think of what to use because it shows colored cardstock in the background of the inspiration layout, and I could only think of the cream that I thought would go with it. But then I was thinking I wanted something different. And I thought of this one, and I knew it's kind of cream colored, so it's the same, as the other, but it also has some staining on it that's kind of in vertical lines. And I thought that would go really good with my wood grain strips going across the page. The original layout had varied pieces of pattern paper going across there, I believe. But I'm just going to use the wood grain all the way across. And I like that. I like the way it came out. And I'm using the Creative Memories circle cutter here. And it does 3 different sizes. So I'm able to do my picture and then 2 layers behind the picture. And I really wanted to layer that wood grain on there because I wanted to mimic the wood grain that was in the background. And I didn't want to waste any of this wood grain. I really like wood grain. So I am punching out what I can from the wood grain. I'm going to do some branches in brown, and then I'm also doing some hearts with my Martha Stewart heart punch. Both of them are actually Martha Stewart punches. I'm putting my doily down, and then I'm going to put foam tape behind my picture to give it some dimension. And mine's going to be about the same place theirs is. They do not have a doily behind theirs, but I was thinking it just begged for a doily on this layout. See, I'm pulling those flowers out, and I'm going to fussy cut quite a few. And I'm worried it's not going to be enough, but it is. It is. And I'm not going to make y'all watch it. I am going to skip it. My video's long enough without having to make y'all watch fussy cutting. But the reason it's long is because I'm using my punches. I did do some fussy cutting. And I'm also going to do some die cutting also. So it's going to have several things here on the layout. At one point, I thought I would do the layout and not use anything that wasn't fussy cut or punched out or die cut out, but I'm going to use some thickers on there, and of course I used the doily. So neither one of them are in the criteria of what I thought of first. But I like how it turned out, so I was happy with adding those things to my layout. I thought my layout needed them. And this paper here, because I told you it was recycled, it kind of reminds you of recycling. It has different words on there like earth, nature, environment, habitat, things like that. And I'm pretty sure it's because of the recycling thing. But it is really cute paper. It has little animals on it. And it would be awesome for an 8x8 album especially. And if you were a beginner, which I was when I got this, But then I didn't go ahead and make an 8x8 album. And the reason was I couldn't find one where I live. And I was just surprised I found this where I live. You'd think if they sold this that they would sell an 8x8 album, but they didn't. So it sat around for a while, and then I started making 12x12s out of it. And I'm cutting out nature and environment here, and I'm going to stagger them down in the bottom left-hand corner. On the inspiration sketch, it has it kind of going off the page. It has a cluster down there and has it going off the page. But I'm not going to have mine going off the page. I'm raised it up a little bit because I wanted to add this wreath to mine, and I wanted the wreath to show up. I liked it. And so you will see me do all that, and it will take me a few minutes. So I'm going to stop and go ahead and tell you what all is going to be down there in the box down there below the video. There will be links to the 30 Days of Sketches. Christy has done this several times, and like I said, it's round 6. And Crystal and Moira are joining her for the whole month. So they're going to actually do 30 days of sketches. And at the time of me doing this video, because I am doing it pretty early, there is nobody else signed up for today. But if somebody else signs up, I will make sure I put their link down there also. And then, of course, I'm doing Punched Out Thursday to die for, because it is Thursday. And I am using my punches and my dies. And like I said, fussy cutting, but I've got that part done. I don't think I fussy cut anything else. I might. Oh, yeah, I do cut around the earth, because up there in the right-hand corner, I'm going to put a cluster. The original layout shows a banner, but I think I made my strips longer than they did in the original layout, and there really wasn't room for a banner up there, so I decided to put a cluster and do the diagonal look and go from the bottom left to the top right and make up for it. And this, y'all know it's my favorite punch. And I first thought, oh, maybe these leaves are too big for these flowers. And then I thought, I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and use it, because they don't have to be actually part of the flowers. If you do a bouquet, you can put greenery in there that don't have anything to do with the flowers. So that's what I'm doing right now. I am doing a cluster down here and putting leaves that don't have anything to do with the flowers that I have down there. I took a Sizzix die, and I showed it while I was busy talking. And I took the smallest flowers and cut them out with the die, with my Big Shot Pro. And I cut them out so I could have another flower. And actually there is 4. They're all the same color. They're like a white with a really light brown pattern on them. And it was a scrap that was in that book there. I was looking through it for something that was almost solid but not quite, so it'd give it a little bit of variance. And so I cut them out, and then I used my 1/4-inch punch and cut some of the brown out on a scrap of it. It was just a strip, and I'm putting them in the center. And I really like that, because it goes with the wood grain, because it's the brown too. It wasn't part of the wood grain, it was part of the other paper, but it goes really well with it. It's the part of the one that had the polka dots, I believe. But yeah, I'm almost done with that little cluster down there. And all I did was add all the things you seen me punch or cut out of the die cut machine. And here's my title, and it's going to be Live a Life You Love. And I don't have any part of the collection that set of thickers go with, but I liked it, so I got it. And I am showing there that I cut out. See, it's got a heartbeat and hearts, and it's made to go on a card. But I like using stuff for my cards on my layouts, so this makes it a little bit harder. So I turned my die upside down, put it on there, and took my pencil and went around the bottom part of it and fussy cut it out, and I'm using it on my layout. But if you would really like to have one of them, I did notice that Tim Holtz came out with a die set that's got maybe 4 dies, maybe more. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but I do know it had one a lot like this die included in that set, and the set's called Heartbeat. So if you would like a Heartbeat one, you know, check out Tim Holtz dies called Heartbeat. And this one I've had probably about 5 years, and I think he came out, it was one of the ones that he came out with in January. And I'm working on my cluster over here that's supposed to be to the left of the photo with the inspiration piece, but I'm going to kind of spread out just a little bit. I'm going to the left of the photo, and of course I put that die cut across the photo, so I'm going to continue on over because my die cut is kind of on the wimpy side. Once I cut it, you know, it's really thin there, and so I'm going to add flowers so I've got something to glue it to, and it's going to be able to stay right there. And when I slide it into my page protector, it's all going to slide in a whole lot better. And then because I can't resist, see where I'm adding that wreath down there? I'm going to add a little bit, well, one flower and a branch down there also. So yeah, I'm going to cover a bigger area than they did, but their flowers were bigger. I didn't find anything that I actually wanted to use on this layout that had the flowers uh, any bigger than what I've already got. But when I was looking at the picture, that's my brother and his wife at Elephant Rocks, and their daughter took the picture. And they've been married there in the picture almost 40 years. And if you've ever been to Elephant Rocks in Missouri, it's a nature walk, basically. You walk around the rocks, and they're giant rocks that, if you're looking from a distance, that look like elephants sleeping. So that's how they got their name. And so it's just a nice walk around there. And, you know, you usually end up talking, looking. And they have signs, and they also have braille so that, you know, anybody can walk the trail and read the braille also while they're doing it. But yeah, it's just a real nice nature walk. And I am almost done here. I got okay, I'm going to do the little flower down at the bottom, and then I'm going to do a tiny cluster on the right hand side so that I did think about clipping off part of the heartbeat thing there, but then I thought that would just take away from it. So that's why I ended up putting flowers on the right hand side too. And let's see, where am I at? Oh yeah, see, I'm doing pretty good. It's going right along. I am going to have it done and then the cluster at the top. Be sure to check out the links below, though. There's going to be plenty. The two groups, and check out the Punched Out Thursday gals and see what they did with their punches and their dies this week. Or they could have just used one or the other. I love using my tools on a layout. And it just adds a lot to what you have, because sometimes you can use them for something that you may not have already used them for before. Get creative. I do that every now and then. I do get creative every now and then, but I like playing with the tools and trying different things. And yeah, I'm getting ready to start on the one at the top. But sorry this was longer, but like I said, I had a lot that I did to it. And some people might think it's a little bit busy and too much to my layout, but this is the way I like it. And let's see. Oh, I'm looking at it and trying to decide what to do next. And I thought, I need one more brown branch. I have one that's the white with the light blue, but I didn't have another brown one, and I wanted to use both up in that corner. And I also knew I wanted to use a word. And this one is smaller than the ones down there at the bottom. I did trim it a little bit because it was actually, the space for it was bigger. So I had to trim it down just a tiny bit to make it a little bit smaller. And I think I could have done it a little bit more and would have been fine too. But I am layering it just like I did on the ones on the bottom. And like I said, I only cut half of a wreath on the top one. And when I was cutting them, that's why I'm repairing now. I tore the little wreath because they are pretty thin, but they add so much to your layout. It just adds that little bit of something extra that's nice stuck in there. And I got them in a set. I cannot remember where I got them in a set. I'm thinking I might have got them in a D-stash. I think that might be where I got them with a set of several, and they were all together. Girl up in Chicago, I remember that. But yeah, I'm not going to add as many flowers here. I'm going to have one blue and then a couple of the white ones. And then that's it. I'm going to add my little hearts up there. I couldn't find a place for them down in the middle. I guess I could have put them on my photo since I put the other hearts on my photo anyway. But I was wanting to put them in 3 spots, but I was looking at my area there and I couldn't think of any place that they would show up at since I did do them in the wood grain. I thought about adding splatters too, but then I said I've got plenty on here. I think I'm going to stop where I'm at. And so, yeah, that's it. That's the end of my layout. That little round piece on that last flower is it. But thank you all so much for watching my video. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like my video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. But yeah, check everybody out. All the links down below for all the inspiration. And have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. And I am still not done. Yeah, there's my title. And this is the bottom little cluster. And then here is the final layout. But yeah, have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.